If you're inspo tanks, and make no mistake, you've come to the right place. Just give to Neil the time to straight up blow your mind with a new show of Drawing a Blank.
Welcome back, everyone, to Drawing a Blank. I know it's been gone for a little while, but it gave me some time to relax and recuperate. As an artist, it's important to remember that you need breaks just like everyone else. Sometimes that time away can really help inspire you, and when you come back, you'll feel refreshed and ready to take on big projects again. Thanks everyone for your continued lovely comments while I've been away from this show and only working on Animation Pilgrimage. Speaking of which, today's show is all about my side project AP. Animation Pilgrimage is Sean and mine's weekly podcast going through animation history. We have a lot of fun experiencing old movies as we slowly work our way to the present. It was way past time to update Sean and mine's character poses for the show, and I hope you guys like them. Doing a show like Animation Pilgrimage or Drawing a Blank every week can make it hard to update parts when you notice problems with them, and that's kind of been my problem for a while with AP. I wanted to update the poses for a long time, but could never find a time to do it. Of course, Animation Pilgrimage can survive fine without any character sprites emoting our thoughts, but it's a nice touch I like to keep around for those who watch. This is the third set of poses I've created for Sean and I, and it really strikes me how much I learn every time I do one of these. I really didn't know what I should be doing the first time around, so I just kind of went with my gut instincts on everything. I had a bit of practice doing these thanks to my Simi Speaks series poses, but now I needed 2 characters instead of 1, and because I really didn't know what I was going for, I just have our giant heads on the screen, which was easier to draw, sure, but not a very appealing composition. And some of these expressions just never ended up being used because they were too extreme or just bad drawings I didn't like looking at anymore, to be honest. When you do the art for your own show, it's real easy to get tired of looking at it pretty quick. Another big problem with the original poses was the set that went with it. Oh lordy, that's ugly. Ugh. I remember what I was going for. Something unobtrusive to show off concept art and focus on the film behind us. But that white, lightish background next to our light paletted color characters just didn't blend well and overall just made the whole composition washed out and not pretty. Updating to the second model of poses was a big change, and it took me a long time to get it all together. I made a set to better suit us and frame the concept art better, as well as animated an intro that I'm still fairly pleased with. In general, I still really like this setup, and I was very proud to finally put the old poses out to pasture. But something about these were still bothering me. Those darn expressions. Now, don't get me wrong, I think that most of these are still okay-ish, but the biggest problem was that with these poses, they were just much too static. I didn't feel like our characters moved enough, which, when I initially drew the version 2 poses, I thought was a good thing. I didn't want them to be too distracting. But my gut instinct was totally off in that regard, and I quickly came to realize that not only were they not distracting, but completely inconsequential. So I let it bother me, and bother me, and bother me until I finally decided enough was enough, and I needed to update them so I could stop looking at them all the time. So here we are, fresh new poses that I'll be using for the time being. Creating all new poses like these takes quite a bit of time, and I'm probably going to be tweaking them over the next few weeks so that I'm happy with these for a little while. Cross your fingers for me. Unfortunately, I don't have time to animate a whole new intro to go with it at the moment, but I hope the old one works just fine for the time being. Lord help me. But I hope you all enjoy these new poses. You can check them out in their debut on our review of Disney's The Jungle Book, which came out just this last Friday. Drawing a Blank is back, y'all, and I'm so excited to show you everything I've drawn in my time off. It's gonna be fun! I'll be back next Sunday with a new episode, and I hope you all remember to please stay inspired.